Two men in Coffee County have been charged with manslaughter for selling drugs to those who died after ingesting them, according to prosecutors.
News 4's Jacqueline Lambert has more on those cases and the new state law that will mean harsher punishments for these scenarios.
Your guidelines used to be pretty light on dealing drugs. It's a game changer. You're going to prison.
Jashun Jones and Michael Stroncone have been charged with manslaughter after dealing drugs to two individuals that ultimately caused them to overdose.
There is currently a very dangerous drug on our street and in this community. Well, we all know that fentanyl is dangerous enough on its own. When mixed with xylazine, it is an indiscriminate killer.
As was the case for Harrison Parker, who in September died of an overdose in his home. Through phone records, the police say they found that it was Jones who supplied the deadly dose to him. In October, Coffee County inmate Eric Hicks died from fentanyl, according to authorities. The reason, prosecutors say, is fellow inmate Michael Stroncone gave him fentanyl.
I am sick and tired of people dying in the 12th Judicial Circuit. This group and law enforcement in the 12th Circuit will follow you to hell and back if it means that we can hold you accountable for dealing this poison to our citizens.
Tarbox praises a new state law that allows him to charge Stroncone and Jones with manslaughter, which carries a 20-year maximum sentence. This law also means a sense of closure for families. The Coffee County Sheriff and Coroner say is necessary.
When we run across somebody, we know who they are, so it does affect us. It just puts more eagerness into me to make sure that we do everything we can to make sure that justice is not only for the decedent, but it's also for the family people.
In Coffee County, Jacqueline Lambert, your hometown news leader.
Enterprise Police and the State Bureau of Investigation were there to back Tarbox in district-wide tough stance against fentanyl.